Hey guys, it's Brittany, aka TotallyLameRobot, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about this debate that's been going on, which is Modern Warfare 3 versus Battlefield 3. Which one is going to be better? Now, I know this is Call of Duty gameplay, but I want you to know that I'm not a Call of Duty fangirl. I play both games and I enjoy both of them, and I'm definitely buying both of the new games when they come out. So the title of this video is, why can't we all just get along? And the reason I'm saying that is because there's been such hate on either side that it's getting ridiculous. All of these people are saying, oh, this is going to be bad, and this game is going to be bad, and it's getting out of control, I think. And my first thought when I saw all of these comparisons going on was, wow, these games are actually very different. It's kind of weird to be comparing them so harshly against each other. Now, I know that both games are going to be competing directly against each other in terms of sales, and I can see why it would make sense to compare the two games directly against each other because they both fall under the same genre of military first-person shooter. And at first glance, the games are very similar, but when you look at them more closely, you'll realize that the series are completely different. Think about other genres of games. Think about RPGs. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Final Fantasy. Both of those games are RPGs, but they're so drastically different that comparing them is like comparing apples and oranges. I don't think that the two games are going to be as different as the two examples that I just gave, but you can clearly see that the games are going to appeal to two different kinds of people. The first thing that I want to talk about was the pace of the games. Now, obviously, Call of Duty is going to be a little bit more fast-paced, and Battlefield is going to be a little bit more slower-paced. And this is due to the size of the maps and the type of gameplay that it encourages. In Call of Duty, we have these really small maps. We have maps like Nuketown that are ridiculously small. In Battlefield, you also have vehicles, which is another game that makes these games so different from one another. But since you have vehicles, you can have these humongous maps that it's kind of silly to just walk from one end to another, and you pretty much need to team up with somebody, get in a tank, and drive over there because the map is just that huge. So again, that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, it's just the kind of style that you prefer to play. So another thing that I want to say in defense of Call of Duty, because like I said, I'm a fan of both series, a lot of people have been saying that the Call of Duty series hasn't been changing that much, and they're kind of remaining stagnant. Well, I have to agree and disagree with that. It's definitely been about the same style of gameplay, but they've made subtle changes even between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops that actually make the games play extremely differently. I could go on and on about that, but I won't get into that. But I can definitely see how people would say that the game is remaining stagnant. And I like the gameplay, so I'm okay with that personally. But I can definitely see how people could get bored of the gameplay and want to move on to something else like Battlefield. I also think that the competition that's been happening between these two series is going to just be great for the game developers. Competition will force them to be more creative and push out bigger and better things. For the longest time, Call of Duty has been on the top, they've been the king, and nobody could touch them. But now, all of a sudden, Battlefield 3 is coming out, people are saying they're sick of Call of Duty, so I'm hoping that it's going to scare the developers a little bit, and they're going to need to change up their gameplay a little bit, make things, you know, even better than before, because now they have somebody that will rival them. So I think overall it's going to be a good thing, and I think that both games are going to be amazing. But like I said, there's no need to hate on the Modern Warfare players, there's no need to hate on the Battlefield players. We just like different styles of gameplay, and that's totally fine. And it's even better if you like both series, because now you have two great games that you can look forward to. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed this video. It's okay if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. You're completely entitled to your own opinion, but it's okay if you like Battlefield or you don't, or you love Modern Warfare or you don't. It's totally fine. We're just playing some video games, so it's all good.